Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. And today, we are tackling something pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We're talking about Schadenfreude.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. And, we've all felt it.
We have.
It's that little feeling of, I don't know, maybe satisfaction when
Yeah.
someone who's been kind of a jerk
Right.
gets what's coming to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they trip and fall or spill something on themselves, and you're like,
You can't help but smile.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Just a little.
So we are going to do a deep dive into this whole concept of Schadenfreude using this article about the psychology behind it.
Okay.
And I'm really curious to kind of get into this because I think it's something that we all experience,
Yeah, definitely.
but we don't always talk about.
Not really.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
So the article talks about how we actually enjoy seeing characters suffer in movies and books.
Yes.
But there's a catch.
Yeah.
It's only satisfying when it feels deserved. Like when the villain
The
Yeah.
villain gets it.
gets it in the end.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I think it really comes down to fairness.
Okay.
We have this very deep need as humans to see balance in the world.
Yeah.
And so when we witness someone being unfair
Yeah.
or unkind and then they experience some kind of setback, it kind of restores our faith
Okay.
that actions do have consequences.
So it's like,
It's like the universe is correcting itself
Right.
for righting a wrong.
interesting you mentioned the universe,
Yeah.
because the article quotes Einstein, who said, quote, "Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better," end quote. Is there a connection between this quote and Schadenfreude?
I think there is.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
think about the natural world,
Yeah.
there's this constant interplay between cause and effect.
Right.
Predator and prey action and reaction.
Yeah.
Our enjoyment of Schadenfreude is kind of a reflection of that natural order.
So it's not just about justice.
It's deeper than that.
It's also about recognizing patterns
Yes.
and understanding how the world works.
Exactly. Patterns and consequences.
Okay, but is it possible to feel Schadenfreude even when someone hasn't really done anything wrong?
That's a good question.
Like, what if someone just, they seem to have it all, and
Yeah.
then suddenly they lose their job or something?
Right.
Is that still about justice and natural order?
That's where things get a little bit more complex, I think,
Yeah.
because sometimes Schadenfreude can be tied to feelings of envy
Okay.
or comparison.
Interesting.
We all experience this feeling of
Yeah.
relative deprivation sometimes.
Relative deprivation.
Yes, that feeling that maybe someone else has it better than us.
Oh, yeah.
And so when that person who seems to have it all
Yeah.
experiences a misfortune, it can kind of level the playing field
Okay.
and trigger that little bit of Schadenfreude.
So in those cases, it's less about justice
Less about justice.
and more about our own insecurities.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
It's really making me think.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
The article also talks about justified misfortune and how it reinforces societal norms.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a bit more?
Well, think of it like a feedback loop.
Okay.
When we see someone break a social rule and then experience a consequence, it reinforces the importance of following those rules for everyone.
So it's like,
It's a learning experience, a
Right.
social learning experience.
got it.
Imagine a coworker who constantly takes credit for other people's work.
Oh, yeah.
If they were to suddenly get called out
Publicly.
publicly, yeah, for their dishonesty,
Right.
it wouldn't just feel satisfying on a personal level. It would send a message
To everyone.
that behavior is not acceptable.
Wow. So in a way, Schadenfreude can actually help maintain social order.
I think so.
It's like a,
It's a check and balance.
wow, I never really considered that before.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's fascinating how this seemingly negative emotion can have these complex social functions.
It shows you how our emotions, even the ones that we might consider guilty pleasures, really play a role in shaping how we understand the world.
And our place in it.
Exactly.
So next time we feel that twinge of Schadenfreude, maybe we shouldn't be so quick to judge ourselves.
Right.
Instead, we can ask ourselves, what is this feeling telling me
Yeah, what's going on here?
about my values,
About my sense of fairness.
about the social dynamics,
Exactly. It's an invitation to look a little deeper.
to understand human behavior
And the nuances of it all.
and how our emotions connect us
To each other.
and to the world.
It's all connected.
This deep dive has given me a whole new perspective on Schadenfreude.
Me too.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.